Hello gracious ones, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Grace. I'm currently a student in the UK and I just try to see how I can inspire others, share my experiences and make others learn from it. Today I just want to quickly talk about the graduate visa, commonly known as the post-study work visa. I want to tell you all you need to know about it, and for me, I'll just call it the good, the bad and the ugly. First of all, what is a graduate visa? A graduate visa is that visa which gives you permission to stay in the UK for at least 2 years after successfully completing your course in the UK. And for you to apply for this visa, you must be in the UK physically. Okay? You are eligible for this visa if you have studied in the UK for a bachelor's degree or a postgraduate degree, that's like a master's or PhD, and you've been on a student visa, you are eligible. And also, one of the eligibility criteria is that your school must have told the Home Office, which is the office in charge of the visas and immigration, that you have successfully completed your course. If your school does not tell the Home Office that you've successfully completed your course, then you cannot qualify for the graduate visa. The graduate visa is the same thing as the post-study work visa. That's what's commonly known as, but that's the old name. It is now known as graduate visa. Most people are still familiar with the term post-study work visa, so I try to bring it in. But when I say graduate visa, I'm referring to the post-study work visa. It's one and the same, okay? So if you're not sure if your school has sent in your name or has confirmed to the Home Office that you have completed your course, you can ask them. You could just send them a mail or something. It's easy, okay? Normally, the graduate visa lasts for just 2 years. If you are a PhD holder or any other doctoral qualification holder, you will be eligible for a 3 years graduate visa. Then for the application process, it's easy. You apply online and you must apply before your student visa expires. You have to apply while your student visa is still running, okay? Because at every point in time in the UK, you cannot be in the UK if you're not a citizen without a visa. That's the legal requirement, okay? So that's that for application. Now, I'll just delve into what you can do or what you cannot do with the visa, and then I tell you what I feel are the ugly and the bad sides to the visa. So I know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then at the end of the day, I'll just chip in the good. Let's start with the bad and then end it on a good note, Okay, so the the things you can do on the visa. So you can, with a graduate visa, you can work in most jobs. Please try to get full-time jobs and jobs that will most likely give you sponsorship before your graduate visa expires, please. You will understand why when I move to the ugly and bad side of it. From my perspective, of course, everything I tell you on this channel, I need to do this disclaimer at this point if I continue. Everything I tell you on this channel is based on my experience. It's my opinion. It's my own perspective. And also based on things I have picked from one or two other people. I learn a lot from people's experiences. I gather here, and then I go back and research to be sure that this is right. And then if I think people need to know about this, I share it. This particular topic has been on my mind to make a video about it, but the schoolwork is a whole lot for me at this period. But I said I need to make this video because it's not just for those who are coming. I have a lot of people coming in for studies. So I'm doing a lot of videos about how students can come in. When you come in, the next thing, you're going to graduate. When you graduate, you're going to need another visa, okay? If you don't have a skilled work visa, you're going to need the graduate visa. But you need to understand what it takes and understand everything about it so that you do not make any mistake. I talked to some of my classmates and I see that there is a gap. A lot of people do not really understand the limitations of the post-study work visa, this graduate visa. And so I felt the need to do a video. Of course, I explained to those I was talking to one-on-one, but I just feel more people should know so that you can act on time and act rightly, okay? So that's why I'm doing this video, actually. That's just it. So what you can and cannot do with the visa. So what you can do with the graduate visa, you can work in almost all kinds of jobs. You can look for a job, you can look for work, you can be self-employed. Yes, on the graduate visa, you can be self-employed. You can continue living with your dependents, that's your partner and your children, if they are eligible. Now I'll tell you when and how they are eligible as we go further. You can also do voluntary work on the graduate visa. You can travel abroad and return back to the UK on the graduate visa. But on the graduate visa, just like on the student visa, you are not eligible to access public funds or state pension, and you cannot work as a professional sports person. Not so good part of the visa is this. First and foremost, it is quite expensive. I mentioned this in the video where I talked about the 2 years and 1 year master. I talked about people saying, oh, I want to do 1 year master, so I will pay 1 year IHS. IHS for normal student visa is £470. But for this graduate visa, it is £624. I mentioned that in that video. It's not just the IHS that is more expensive. The student visa application fee, it used to be £348, and now it is £363. But it is still far cheaper than the visa fee for the graduate visa. In fact, the graduate visa is almost an additional 100% on top, almost that, because the graduate visa fee is £715, £715, and IHS is £624. And you know that this IHS fee of £624 is per year. So if you are a master's graduate, you finish your master's program, you're going to get 2 years as your maximum time on the graduate visa. So for those 2 years, you're going to pay £624 times 2, which will be £1,248. Okay. And if you did the PhD or any other doctoral qualification degree, you're going to get 3 years. And for that 3 years, you're going to pay £624 times 3. And that will amount to £1,872. Just to put that there, that's quite expensive if you ask me. If you're even comparing with student visa, you can see the variance. Okay. The second limitation I want to point out is the fact that your dependents cannot join you on this visa. That's your partner and children cannot come and join you on this visa. However, if your partner and children joined you in the UK as dependents when you were on the study visa, then they can apply to stay as your dependents on the graduate visa. So there's a condition. And that is why, like last semester, I think 1 or 2 of my classmates had to travel back to Nigeria, to marry their fiancés, so that they can bring them in as their spouses while still on student visa. My third point, another thing that people do not know, a couple of people, not everybody, some know, is that the graduate visa is not extendable. You can't extend it. So if your graduate study visa, after 2 years, if you have 2 years, it comes to an end, and you're not able to switch to another visa before it ended, then you just pack your bag and go back to your home country. That's what it means. So you need to be able to either get another visa. You can switch to another type of visa. There are a number of visas that gives you the route to settlement, 5 years route to settlement. I know the global innovation visa, but most students switch to the skilled work visa, which is also a 5-year route to settlement visa. But then if you don't get the 5-year route as a student, if you can spend 10 years, because there's a 10 years route to settlement in the UK, if you could spend 10 years in the UK legally, then you can apply for your ILR. ILR means indefinite leave to remain, which is the same thing as permanent residence. Okay, so that's that. So, but to get to that 10 years, what do you need to do? So I'm not telling you this is what you do, but I know some people, you just keep extending your study visa. So you do masters, maybe do another masters, maybe do another PhD, depends on you. But if you want to study and extend your study visa, please go ahead and extend your study visa. Do not go for the graduate visa. Ensure that if you want to study, make your plan. Do I want to continue studying? If I don't get a job by so and so time, do I want to continue studying, or do I want to go for the post-study work visa? There's a reason I'm saying this. And the reason I'm saying this is the next point I'm going to mention. Okay, so the last point I mentioned about not being able to extend the visa, it means once your visa expires, you cannot extend it. Unlike the other visas like skilled work visa and the rest, you can extend. Okay. Some skilled work visa will give you 3 years, which you can extend. Some will give you 5 years, which after the 5 years, you are even eligible to apply for your indefinite leave to remain. Okay. Then if you want to study, if you want to continue studying, like I said, please do not go for the post-study work visa, because you cannot do further studies on that visa. Let me explain. You cannot do further studies if you get that visa. So if you get your post-study work visa, you cannot say, oh, my post-study work visa will soon expire, let me go back and school. You cannot go back and school. A lot of people don't know this. If you go to gov.uk website, they will tell you that you can only study with the graduate visa if your chosen course is not eligible for a student visa. So if you are already here and you are studying on a student visa, it means your course is eligible for a student visa. And if your course is eligible for a student visa, you can extend your student visa instead, but you cannot study with your graduate visa. And if your graduate visa expires, you cannot extend it. So technically, you cannot study after you've taken the post-study work visa. That's my understanding of it. And that's what I have heard from a couple of people. But if you're not still sure, you could do your own research, okay? But that's another red flag for me about the graduate visa. And then there's another one I call the bonus point, which for me is the fact that this post-study work visa is the uncertainty around it. Remember, it was existing before, I think, was it 2012 or 2013, that it was suddenly scrapped, you know? So government could just wake up and revise the regulations and guidelines and just say, scrap post-study work visa. Of course, it just came up now, so at least for the next few years, it's still there. But there's a level of uncertainty around the visa, which I do not like too, okay? This post-study work visa was, I think it was relaunched sometime in July 2021. And so it was there before it was stopped, and then it was relaunched. And so I remember a couple of people, is that 2012 or 2013, a couple of people who wanted to stay, finish their masters, and then they just suddenly, oh, you can't have the 2 years post-study work visa again. They just had to pack their bags and return back to their home country. So these are the points I have, and these are the things I feel we should all know, so that we know how to plan ourselves. And the good part, I'm not going to end this video just like that. I'm going to end the video on a good note. The good part of the post-study work visa is that when you finish your schooling and you graduate, okay, and you're unable to get a job that will sponsor you, a skilled job that will give you sponsorship, because you know, as a student, your school is sponsoring you, you know, so there are jobs that can sponsor you. If you're able to get such a job that they sponsor you to the skilled work visa, you're on done better. That's the best, you know. It's the best for you. But if you don't, and your student visa is about to expire, then you quickly apply for the post-study work visa. The good thing about it is that I think it takes roughly 8 weeks for you to get your decision, and you have that visa to hold on to and keep yourself in the system while you try to get a skilled work visa or any other visa that can lead you to the 5-year route. I spoke to somebody last week, a student, and he was telling me that, oh, his 2 years masters counts towards his settlement. Yes, your 2 years master's degree, if you are doing 2 years, or 1 year master's degree, whatever amount of years you are spending studying at the moment, will count towards your settlement only if you are looking at it as counting towards your settlement for the 10 years route. If you are looking at the 5 years route, the student visa period does not count. I don't want this video to be too long. It sounds like it's already too long, so I'm not going to explain too much about that, but I'm sure you get the message. So let's just have the relevant information out there so that we can act rightly. I just had to do this video. Please, if it's for you, take it, digest it, and re-strategize. And with that, oh, I didn't ask you guys to subscribe because I don't think I need to ask you guys to subscribe. You guys know, you know what to do. So I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye-bye.